y'all? So today I decided to do a rod set, a heatless rod set. Yeah, child, my scalp is so itchy. Like I waited way too long to wash. But this is an old twist out. I just wanted to show y'all what the back looked like. So this is what I'm going to use. We dab shampoo and conditioner for all curl types. And the deep conditioner is from a different, this is Hydrant Intense. Like it has a yellow mark on it instead of like a pink one that the other ones had. But that's my hair after I washed and conditioned. And then I rinsed out the conditioner. And I left the conditioner on for like I left it on for a minute, I guess. But honestly, you don't have to leave it on for that long. After about like 15 to 20 minutes it already served its purpose. So go ahead and rinse it out. I have some heat damage that I noticed. And honestly, I haven't had a flat iron since like last year around the holidays. But I did blow out my hair to get some twist extensions, and yeah, the heat kind of got the best of my hair. So yeah, got a few stringy pieces. So this is where the heatless part comes in. So I am using a pick, and I take my hair in sections, and then I start combing from the ends to the root, and I make sure that I go in there and get all the kinks out until I'm able to run that pick through the section smoothly. Now, before I did this, I did leave my hair in a high ponytail to dry for probably at least an hour, child, because I wanted it to be mostly dry. Like I still wanted a tad bit of dampness in there, but for the most part I needed it to be dry. So and this style is supposed to be heatless, so I let it air dry. I could have sat under the dryer. I guess that still counts as heatless because the dryer is not direct heat, but I just decided to let it air dry so I can do other things. So yeah, I am continuing to detangle my sections. The sections don't have to be perfect. Mine certainly aren't. I just grabbed some hair and did what I needed to do. So once again, I started from the roots and then worked my way up, getting out all of those kinks. Now, since using this method, like, be careful. Do not go through your hair too quick and rip through it, because you're gonna cause breakage. So take your time, glide the pick or the wide tooth comb through your hair. Be gentle until you get all those kinks out, and then you'll be able to comb a bit faster once the pick or the wide tooth comb can go through a bit smoother. But this is a very important part of the no heat process. You want to get it as close to a blowout as possible. Okay, so now that my hair is, in quotations, blown out, now I'm going to continue to pick through it, make sure it's super smooth, and get ready to add in my rods. So I'm going to be using like some really big rods. Oh, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm going to use a lot of body. This is the foam that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to use a little bit. I don't want too much, because I don't want it to take forever to dry. But I did add a little bit more to my ends, because I wanted to make sure that once I started rolling my hair on the rods, I wanted to make sure that my ends stuck very, very well to the rods. That is super important. That is how you avoid frizzy ends. So yeah, now I'm rolling it, and this is my method that I'm using. I wrap my ends around a few times, and then I just roll it up. And then as I'm rolling up, I make sure that all of the stray hairs, like the breakage or whatever, I make sure that is smooth on the rod. That's super, super important. You need everything super sleek and super smooth for if you want to do this style. Otherwise, it's going to look frizzy. And it took me a few times to get in my groove, child. I had some, I'm not gonna lie, I low-key got mad. So I had to stop the camera and really like get in my zone and get in a groove. I don't know about y'all, but I have to get myself in a groove when I do styles like this. Otherwise, it will not work for me. So I had to, cut the camera off and really focus and concentrate. Like I said, get in my groove, and I was able to do just that. So now I'm going to show you guys how I got in my groove and how I did my rods at the top. And I was actually still kind of like struggling a little bit because for one, it had been a while since I've done a rod set, and then for two, rod sets are not the easiest style to do, at least not for me. Like this has been the style that I have struggled with the most with my hair, because it's just so I don't know, it can be difficult, but however, once you get in your groove, it will go by so quick. Like, you will start busting them down after you get in your groove. But that's the thing, you have to find your groove. You have to get into it. Otherwise, it's going to take you forever. But yeah, so I still had to take some down quite a few times to get it right. I knew it wasn't going to be like 100% perfect, because like I said, this isn't the easiest style for me to do, but I knew that I could achieve something decent. So yeah, I used some edge control. What did I use? Cream of Nature, the argan oil. It looks like yellowy orange, more so orange, and it has a red top. You can get it from a lot of places, beauty supply. I'm pretty sure it's at drugstores, Walmart. Same with a lot of body. So I'm using a rat tail comb. I hope y'all don't hear these people out here cutting this grass, child. They're so loud. Yeah, I'm using a rat tail comb to part my hair, and it doesn't have to be. I know I'm not struggling with this clip. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like the parts, the parts don't really matter. I just use the parts to help me, because I cannot deal with stray hairs and crossover hairs. Like, stay in your section, please. I can't do it. So I use the rat tail comb to part my sections, and I use the clip to make sure that the hairs stay where they're supposed to stay, because I can't. I chose a rod this size because that's the type of curl I wanted to achieve. Like, I wanted my curls to be big, and I wanted a lot of volume. Nothing against the smaller rods. I have used those in the past, and I probably still will in the future. But for the most part, I do like and prefer these size. I say these size. This size much better over the smaller ones, because that's just me. I like big curly hair, and that's just what I wanted. So yes, that's why I chose this size, and for the most part, I probably will continue choosing this size. Now, the other rods, the rod set turns out really cute. However, the curls are so tight. Like, you have to wait a few days for those curls to like loosen up and to fall, So it's like, I don't want to have to wait 3 days. Oh, see, that was a bit loose. I'm gonna have to do that again. I was like, oh, I'm at the finish line. Please don't do this to me now. But yeah, the curls with the smaller rods, like, they're really cute or whatever, and they probably will last a bit longer because they are smaller and tighter. But I just don't want to have to wait 2 to 3 days for the curls to drop, and for it to give me the volume that I'm looking for. And I don't know, they're just not, smaller rods are just not my first pick. I don't want to walk around looking like Shirley Temple waiting for my curls to drop. Like, or and look like a missionary. You know, those ladies who get those roller sets and they take the rollers out and just leave it like that. They don't comb it out. They don't separate the curls. It just be like that. That's not the look for me. So that is why I chose this size. The struggle is always real trying to clamp these things. I'd be clamping my fingers, clamping other hair, leaving hair out, so I have to go back and do it again. Sometimes the clamp like pop out of my hands and then it hit my knuckles. I'd be like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. And it's a lot worse with these big rods. So Lord have mercy. But I endure it because, hey, I didn't come this far to quit. So pop me if you need to, whatever. I'm going to keep trying because I got to finish this. I got to see it through. So, yes, if you're ever doing a rod set, just accept the fact that you're going to get popped. You're going to get popped and you're going to clamp up your skin a few times. But it's okay, sis, because the results will be worth it. So another important tip is to make sure you wrap your hair around the rod pretty tight. That is another key in getting the smooth, sleek look that you're going for. And also make sure all of the shorter hairs are on the rod and redirect. Tilt the section in the opposite direction and then start rolling down. This will allow for you to have more volume with your curl, and then it just makes it easier to roll down because since you over directed it, you have a bit more space to clamp your rod instead of running into the previous rod that you did, if that makes sense. To make sure that everything is nice and smooth, I like to go back in with the rat tail comb and comb over some pieces that may be sticking out. And I put some more foam on it, and then I'll comb it again and then run the rat tail part of it over over the rod to make sure that everything is nice and sleek. I really didn't want to use too much more of the foam because like I said, I do not want my hair to be super, super wet because that's going to cause me to have more dry time. So at this point, I'm done. So I'm going to start checking all of the rods to make sure that there are no pieces that are sticking out and looking frizzy. I got a piece hanging back there, child. I make sure that there are no pieces hanging out and looking frizzy or looking crazy. So I go back and feel and check the rods, and if I need to add a little more foam, I'll do that. And I'll use the rat tail comb to smooth it over. And yeah, just basically going back to double check and make sure everything is good. Okay, so I let my hair air dry for a while, and I used some scalp oil from Distress. It's like the best scalp oil y'all can use, child. I let my hair dry for it had to have been like over an hour. I needed to make sure that it was 100% dry. If you don't make sure that it's 100% dry, girl, your hair is going to be super frizzy and it's going to shrink up and you're not going to be happy. So yes, please make sure that your hair is 100% dry before taking your rods out. Now, that oil, like I used it too early. You're supposed to put the oil on your fingertips to separate your hair after you take the rods out. So I had to wipe the oil on a section of my hair so it won't go to waste and take out the rods. So you want to take out the rods like in the same direction that you curled your hair. And just, spin it around just like that to make sure that you keep that curl intact. My bad, y'all. I didn't mean in the same direction. I meant in the opposite direction. So this is where the fun starts. Now that all the rods are out, now you can go through each section and individually like twirl each curl. Like I'm splitting mine apart and I'm doing that based off how I want my style to look. That's the I don't want to say that's the tricky part about this part of the style, but it's like, you do what you want. For example, I know that I want my style to be big and full of volume and curly. So therefore, I am going to break apart these curls quite a few times, just so I can achieve that voluminous look. So that's why I broke mine down so many times. You don't necessarily have to do this. Do it as many times as you want. You can do it even more. You can break yours down even more than what I broke mine down, or you can break yours down less if that's what you prefer. It just depends. And if you don't know, then, just experiment. You can break yours down as many times as I did, or you can break them down more than I did. You can break them down less than I did, just to see what you like. But if you want a big and voluminous look like I do, then you would have to break yours down just like I did, quite a few times, and you will achieve that look. And yeah, so I'm just going to keep doing that, and make sure that whenever your fingers get dry, add a bit more oil, not too much, but just enough to give your curls a shine and to keep them from getting frizzy. Excuse my facial expressions, y'all. I was what was I listening to? I was watching and listening to Fat Joe and Swiss Beats. They have gone live. They went live and they were talking about that versus between Omarion and Mario in that horrific pre-show with Sammy, Pleasure P, Bobby V, and Ray J. Child. If you know, you know. Like, if you watched it, then I shouldn't have to say any more about it, because Lord have mercy, Jesus. The disappointment, child. But anyway, I am separating my hair, and I'm gonna get it to how I want it, and then I'm going to take the pick and work my magic with that. Now, I did notice that my roots in some areas were not as smooth as I wanted them to be, but I wasn't tripping because for the most part it looked fine. It looked the way that I don't know, it looked presentable. So I will definitely be trying this style again in a couple of weeks when I take my trip to Cali. So I will be sure to take some more time with with my roots and making sure that they are as smooth and straight as possible. But it still worked right here. Like, it was still really, really cute. Like, you can see that they are a bit textured, but it still works. I like to give my curls a shaky shake to increase the volume and to loosen up the curls a tad bit more. And that helps with volume and blase. So I am done separating the curls. I did all that I wanted to do. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back in with some edge control and do my edges. And then I'm going to go in with my pick and pick out my roots. I'm just going to slide the pick in my hair and slightly lift the pick up. Now you can do this however you want to as well. Like, it depends on how much volume you want. Like, the more volume you want, the more you will lift the pick up from your root. But do not take the pick all the way through to your ends, because then you're going to create fizz. I say fizz, Lord have mercy, fizzle pop. But you're going to create frizz. Now, you may not create frizz the first time you do it, but if you keep doing that, then eventually you will end up looking like Mufasa. So just stick the pick into your roots and then lift it up and then pull it back out, and keep doing it until you reach the volume that you want. I'm so sorry, y'all. I really thought that I got the whole pick process on camera. I'll definitely have to do that next time. But yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, I am done. I'm going to show y'all what I used on my lips. This is Boss Babe from my own line, MRA Cosmetics. Check it out. I will be making a video discussing what MRA is, so stay tuned. And that's it. I gave it a little shake and I fluffed it out a tad bit more, but this is basically like where I wanted it to be. It turned out so cute. I'm loving it. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I slayed my makeup. This is definitely gonna be a go-to look. Like, this is definitely my signature look, not only for me but for my clients as well. I absolutely love it. But thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for more to come, and I'll see y'all later.